Hello and welcome back to another episode of New Game Plus. We're going to finish up Megaman X, or at least attempt to. Now we're moving on to Boomer Kuwanger, which, again, as a kid, I had no idea what the hell a Kuwanger was. This song is jamming, by the way. In fact, as an adult, I guarantee most people don't know what a Kuwanger is. Knowing that the game is all animals, though, I was like, well, I have no idea what this creature is, or if it's an actual creature. It's a type of beetle, though. So now you know what that is. If you ever wondered what the hell a Kuwanger is. This is one of the harder stages in the game, probably. I mean, it's not super hard, but all things considered, most people do this stage either last or second to last or somewhere along the lines of that. Showing is straight fire, though. It's got a moving thing here where it's got the hump bots, as I call them, and those spikes, which will kill you. And the hump bots are the worst thing. I always thought this stage was cool because it's like you're climbing up a tower. Well, I mean, that's exactly what it is, but... Those little bugs are annoying. Not really hard, though. This part's really interesting, because I always thought that you need his power to get it. Which, his power is like kind of like you shoot out a razor boomerang. You can actually get this power with chill penguins. It requires some precise timing, but it's a lot easier than needing to redo the entire stage. Yeah, you just do that. I always, as a kid, used to, I didn't mean to, well there's, you can see Launch Octopus's power. Shoots little homing torpedoes. I'm not going to use it too much because it's actually his weakness. But it is a really good power. Definitely one of the better ones. Oh, we got some slowdown here. Didn't mean to use fire, but I'm gonna have to let it finish now. I wanted to use, this is a Armored Armadillo's full charge power. I meant to use it earlier. It puts a shield on you, and that's really nice. It lasts for quite a while, although it goes away at the end of a door. Boomer Kuwanger's a boss that I have no idea how to fight without his power. I've never really done it, nor have I ever been able to do it, but with his power you just sit in the corner and you shoot homing torpedoes. And that'll take care of him. It's how I've always done it. I don't know how other people do it, but it's definitely the easiest way to fight him. There you go. Yeah, without his power, he's really hard. With his power, he's really easy. Megaman X games, typically that's how they work. If you have their power, you can really just turn off a boss. Some of the later ones, even if you have their power, though, they're still difficult. And now time for the last of the first 8. Sting Chameleon. I always like Sting Chameleon, like in design. I like all the Megaman X boss designs, really. His stage gets flooded with water if you do Launch Octopus's stage, I think? I don't remember whose. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but it does make it so his heart tank is accessible. The way I always did this one is I would always... I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but it's how I always did it. Just because it gives you a little extra. I don't even think you need to do that. I think it's just something I do. I think that's how you do it. Yeah, that's how you can do it without having water, maybe. I could be wrong. I'm gonna go up here. I don't really know the easiest way to fight this guy. He just has a lot of health. I don't really... Maybe... Does those auto go first? I know they do. I'm just gonna do that, actually. You can only hit him in his head, which makes him really annoying, because you normally just do charged jump shots. This is working. I don't know how well it's working, but... Oh, that's actually pretty nice too. Just because it's got such a big hitbox. I don't know how much damage it does though. He normally takes a while no matter what you do, really. Maybe fire? Oh. You can fight him at any point in time. He's really not hard. I'm just kind of letting him hit me because I have a lot of health and don't really care. Maybe tornado? No, that mostly hits his armor. Normally I just use the buster. He has a ton of health though. I don't know what the strongest weapon against him is. But this is how you get the last armor, which is the armor. The armor makes it so you, I think, take half damage from all things, which obviously if you get that early in the game, it'll help you a lot. And that's the full completed X look, for this game at least. Yeah, the armor definitely makes the whole game a lot easier, but also, as you saw, I didn't really struggle with anything, and I should stop letting these guys hit me. And then I run into them anyways, wow. I just want to damage boost through this area, because I have health. I'm being lazy, I know. But it's because the boss here, when you have his power, I shouldn't get hit. Also because you can recover health in the ride pod. Ride armor. And that is my full health bar. Compare that to when I first started, I think it's about 3 times as much, or at least 2.5. You obviously can't take that into the boss room. It's funny, the full health bar is actually a bit bigger than the energy bar, which I always thought was weird. He's weak to Boomer Quanger's ability, and having it makes this fight almost as easy as Spark Mandrill. Oh, I got him in a bad loop. Yeah, this is what I normally do. You just basically turn, shoot, and repeat, and you shouldn't get hit unless you mess up or he does something weird. And that's all 8 first bosses. We get Chameleon, Sting. Zero shows up. We found Sigma's fortress. Sigma is the main villain of this game, and the whole series, really. It gets a little ridiculous later. I should have probably recovered my sub-tanks, but I'm just gonna not. The last power we got from Sting Chameleon shoots a little Y laser, which is pretty cool. The fully charged makes you invincible. Literally invincible. Nothing can hurt you. And you can even shoot, which is amazing. It doesn't last super long. This part coming up is probably my least favorite part of this entire game, and is probably everyone's. There's these moving platforms above this cliff, which I did not mean to fall into. It's really easy to die right there. We're just gonna use this to get through this area, just because it's easy. And we're gonna put Rolling Shield back on. The reason I do Rolling Shield here is there's the hump bots, and they'll just knock you off. With little you can do about it. You gotta be really careful as you jump on these platforms. And you can see if you didn't have that shield on, they would just, God. You need to dash jump in these spots or you'll just fall off. There we go. Oh my God, no. You could use the invincibility for this part, but it actually doesn't last long enough, and fucking... So just... I hate this stage. Oh my God, that's the best move I've ever done on the stage. Not dash jumping will just instant kill you. Like it did that last time. We made it! We did it! I did it. As a kid, I would play through the 8 bosses, and I would hate this stage so much that I would just stop playing here. Or sometimes just reset and do the 8 bosses again. So I'm pretty terrible post this point. Like, I don't remember what these stages look like. I don't at all remember them. I mean, I remember them. I remember the bosses. I don't have the memory that I do of the first 8 bosses. So I'm gonna do noticeably worse. And here you just get to hear the noises of Zero and Vile fighting. I don't remember what weapon is best for here. Or if you're even supposed to... No, I think it's the same thing as last time. He's like, oh, my armor is so strong you can't win. And you basically, it's just like the very beginning of the game. There's nothing you can do. If I remember correctly, at least. Yeah, there we go. And then Zero mysteriously breaks out of his confinement. And he pulls a Vegeta maneuver, or a Chaozu, or whatever you want to call it, and latches on his back and explodes. And he's like, whatever. It just managed to blow up his armor, he's perfectly fine. X full heals out of nowhere. Even Vile's like, where's that bullshit? Whatever. When are you gonna fight Vile? Who's actually pretty hard. I think he's weak to Tornado, though. Maybe not. Maybe it's Rolling Shield, actually. Oh, geez, I'm gonna die. Yeah, Rolling Shield is his weakness. There we go. He's actually a pretty hard fight. Rolling Shield does a lot to him, though. Though, Megaman X games, if you don't know what to use on a boss, the first, like, death is usually just trying out each weapon against him, see which does the most, and then next life using that weapon. Now Zero dies. I always wondered, he's bleeding from his mouth, but, like, I didn't think they had blood. I always thought that part was kind of weird. Then he just disintegrates. because his auto repair can't do it. Which I also thought was pretty weird, why he just melts. This part is like supposed to be harder than it actually is, I think. I've never probably should have. The fact that this game has an invincibility power really trivializes a lot of like this part. Which this amount of enemies is bullshit, I will say. Mostly because you kill one and then fall down even a little bit, and all of them come back. You have to do a little boss refight. See now how we're gonna handle this. That's also why you don't want to use too much of your sub-weapons, is because you have to refight the robots in a little boss rush kind of thing. Other games do it, one of the final stages, you have to fight all of them. The way this game handles it is I think you just fight 2 each stage. Like when I move on a little bit, and then I think I have to fight another one here before I fight the actual boss. So this stage has like 4 bosses, technically. But the Megaman X games are interesting. Like, the original 8 robots can be pretty hard until you have their power, which... Oh my god, I'm gonna die. There we go. That was a helpful drop. That was an even more helpful drop. Alrighty then. I was not expecting to get 3 big heals in a row, but that was super helpful. Alright, here's the actual boss. I was wrong, there isn't 3. It's Spider Guy is pretty annoying. You can only hurt him when his eyes are red, and he moves down this track, so you gotta kind of figure out where he's gonna go. And you've got like a half second to shoot him. You have a really short window. Shotgun Ice is good against him because it doesn't use much power and it shoots really fast. That one you have such a short window, you basically have to shoot early. I'm so bad at looking at those lines fast enough. Just gonna go over there. Because you can see where he's gonna go, and then you just gotta kind of watch. Yeah, see how short that window is? I even knew he was coming at me that time and I couldn't do it fast enough because he's so fast. He sometimes... Oh my god, gets real quick. There we go. Sometimes he shoots out little baby spiders. I guess he just didn't feel like doing it at all. He's not really hard, but he is really quick. And if you're not quick to react, it can be a really annoying fight. His eye to hit him is open for just like, it's maybe like 5 frames. Alright, stage 2 of Sigma's Fortress. Are all my energy tanks full? I forgot to go get the 4th one. That's my bad. I thought I did that. I can also go do Armored Armadillo stage and get the Hadoken, which, I kid you not, it's actually reuse Hadoken. Which I guess I'll do that. I don't really want to do it, just because it instant kills every boss and it kind of takes any sort of challenge that would be there out of things. And I prefer to play the game a little bit legitimately. Not that it's illegitimate. I mean, they put the power in the game, but I think the one-hit kill of it makes it, I don't know, less fun. I like refighting all the bosses with their power and just kind of destroying them, but when you do one thing to kill them in one hit, it's less fun in my opinion. You can see if I had Chill Penguin's weakness, he's even easier. Which, not like he's hard, but... Oh, that hit him backwards for some reason. Having his power doesn't even make him that much easier. Having his weakness, rather. That's right, I was trying to think of where I missed the sub-tank, and it's the one in Spark Mandrill's stage. Now that I have, oh, my armor's exploding. But it can only get you to here, so not a big deal. This side is like pick one. This one's easier just because those crawling robots on the side are way too annoying. There, that's just like, be good at dash jumping or you lose. Yeah, Storm Eagle. His weakness is Sting Chameleon's power, although it doesn't really do anything to him. It just does damage. A lot of Megaman X bosses, they don't actually have like a on fire or freezing or special animation. When they get hit by their weakness, they just take a boatload of damage. Where is he? That was weird. It made the noise like he was coming down and then he just didn't. There we go. Not too bad. Moving on. That worked. Oh my god. The game can really get annoying when there's multiple things like that on the screen and then you're just bouncing back and forth between hit stun. This guy is so annoying. I'm just gonna jump over him. And I don't know what's more annoying right now, the bats or that guy. I got a 1-up. That's kind of cool. That was a disaster. Now I fight the actual boss, who I believe is the Three Faces, yeah. I believe it's weak to Sting Chameleon's power. This boss is really interesting. He's he basically has 2 eyes and that middle part, and one activates and you can hit it, and then those spikes do one-shot you, by the way. That was embarrassing. I managed to miss him with everything. Basically, a part of him activates, and then you can hit it for a few seconds. I hate that part of the fight so much. Oh my god, I should have used an energy tank. That was embarrassing. I could have used a sub-tank to heal myself, but I was being overconfident that I could just hit him one more time and kill him. Okay, shot the wrong way there. This part is annoying because if you're jumping, you shoot the opposite direction. So basically it's really easy to shoot the wrong way. And then once you kill down to 1, that stays shut. The game expects you to leave the middle part as the last one alive. He's not too bad, though. I just kind of went in and didn't do so well the first time. Like I said, I'm really bad at the Sigma Fortress stages. Let's go get that other sub-tank. It's down on this bottom path that we never took. And it's right there. All you gotta do is use... You know what, I realized I never showed it? The charged version of this is pretty cool. It's actually very similar to... if you saw my video on Super Metroid, there's a charge-up special Super Bomb version of each thing, and that's almost exactly what Plasma's charge-up does. Yeah, we can... Basically, the way you get the Hadoken is you do Armored Armadillo stage over and over again and go to that top area, and then Dr. Light pops out in a Ryu outfit, and he says you can basically do a Hadoken if you're at full health, and it one-shots everything. But I'm either not going to get it or I'll get it later. I usually don't get it just because, as I said, it makes things too easy. Yeah, you can't hit him out of it. When he's got his armor, you can't hit him while he's spinning, I don't think. Again, I don't really ever fight Megaman X bosses without their weakness. And when they have their weakness, it's sometimes such a different fight. I always thought the music for this place was interesting. It's so unlike everything else in this game. I actually don't really want to be charging. Well, I guess I can just do it once. I don't know how much damage it does. I've never really done it before. Oh, not more. He's almost easier than Spark Mandrill. Just because he falls into a rhythm. I think it's really interesting, the AI in this game, how it interacts with certain weapons. And you can just do stuff like that to him. That's how you get that, in case you're wondering. Fill up the energy tank a little bit. We got a Spark Mandrill. I always thought it was cool how he has the, like, he looks like he's trying to guard it. He's supposed to be like a big gorilla. That's what a mandrill is, I think. And that's how easy he falls down. I would say he is even easier than Sting Chameleon with power, just because Sting Chameleon you at least have to move. Kind of ruins the surprise here. Obviously we're going to fight Launch Octopus. Not only does it have water, but it's even has the enemies before him. That one's always really annoying. Gonna put on Rolling Shield. Wow, wow, wow. Oop. Launch Octopus is probably my favorite boss in this game. I always thought he was really cool. I actually made a Perler Bead giant thing of him. Perler Beads are like these little beads you slowly create a pattern with and then you melt them together. I also did Chill Penguin, but that's besides the point. You can use This part's, actually think this part's cool just because you can use a few different powers to get some stuff, and holy crap, the slowdown is real. I should have just used Sting Chameleon's power, it would have made things a lot easier. I'm actually gonna do something funny. He has a double weakness. You can, I think if I remember correctly, I thought you could cut off, yeah, you can cut off his trunk. Which is really rude, and I think he can just jump. Yeah. It's a really rude thing. I don't know why he has the double weakness to Sting Chameleon's power, or I mean, Boomer Quanger. And Tornado. But I guess it's not like Tornado could rip off his trunk, and that would be really violent. But that makes him even easier than he normally is. Now after that little boss gauntlet, we got this guy, who is weak to that. I always thought this guy was really complicated, just because I never knew how to fight him. He's not hard, he just... Ow. I'm gonna use an energy sub-tank. You can see what they do now. He kind of just goes all over the place, and there's not really an easy way to figure out what to do, or how to dodge him. He's not predictable like all the other bosses, he just kind of goes all over the place. That's that Sigma stage down. Now I think all we have is the last one. What we're gonna do now is I guess we'll get the Hadoken just to go get it. I don't want to actually use it on Sigma though. We can do this while we fill up our last sub-tank as well. Of course, to fill up the last sub-tank I need to not get hit. I can just run past this guy, I guess. That fills it up a little bit. That helps. I feel like you're supposed to go through the stage without getting hit. I don't really remember. Yeah, I believe if I remember it correctly, you have to basically get to the end at full health. Or you have to not get hit during the whole stage. I don't remember which. Rush through here. What we might actually do is just put on Armadillo's shield. Because that protects us against pretty much everything. Oh, runs out. We need to be at full health. Well, we're at full health. There we go. And then we want to just die. You have to, if I remember correctly, you have to get to that top of the ledge 4 times at full health. There we go. There's that tank. Or that armor part. And you can see Dr. Light is dressed up Ryu. Into the capsule, please. So you just gotta run that basically 4 times, which is really weird. And now I can shoot a Hadoken. Basically just do down to forward, shoot, and it's just just like if it was shooting a Hadouken in the normal actual Street Fighter game. Now we're gonna go to the final Sigma stage. And we'll be finishing up the game. Climbing this tube, there's those little beetle things that will almost always drop healing. So if you lose here and use all your energy tanks, you can basically refill them. Gonna go ice because that's what's best against this dog. Very impressive. Could destroy you, but it'd rob my pet of the pleasure. So we could fight his popper. Wow. I'm always bad at not getting hit by this dog, I swear to God. He goes everywhere I want him to go. There we go. We're gonna go lightning for Sigma. You're almost as good as Hunter as I was. Sigma has a goddamn lightsaber. This is a really annoying fight if you fight him legitimately, but you can fight him. You can cheese him pretty easily by doing this. You basically just. Oh. I stopped pushing buttons there for a second, I don't know why. You can do the whole fight just like this. He doesn't want to do it anymore. There we go. Oh. Now he's being annoying. I shouldn't have wasted as much lightning as I did, because that's by far the easiest way to kill him. I shouldn't have done that. Alright, 2 more hits. There we go. And now just his head is remaining, and it somehow flies up to that thing. And this is where I always have trouble. I'm just gonna heal up right now. Rolling shield is really the best way to fight him. You gotta jump on these things and hit him with that. I feel like I should heal, but I'm not going to. Now I'm gonna heal. He does a lot of damage real quick. Surely just if you take it slow, you can do it without pretty much getting hit, but if you get hasty and try staying on the hand, the lightning does a whole lot of damage. I'm just gonna jump off it every time and shoot a rolling shield at the head. Fire is pretty simple, you just sit in the corner. Jump on his hand, rolling shield, jump on the hand. Oop. Nope. Okay, now he's being rude. And I'm just gonna stay on his hand. There we go. And that is Sigma Phase 3. He's a Reploid, he can't be destroyed. He's talking about how he wanted to usher in a new era of whatever. And then you teleport away and watch as his flying castle explodes. In classic Super Nintendo video game fashion, the main character runs away as everything explodes. And there's the scrolling credits. The war has ended, there's peace, it's been restored. This text scrolls really slowly. It's a really good ending song though. Really, X as a character is... he's such a weenie. It's basically 8 games of why do I have to fight? Standing on the cliff, the answers seem to escape him. He only knows that he'll fight the Mavericks again before he finds his answer. 6 games from now. That's how long he's gonna keep fighting. 8 more robots in each game for 6 or 7 more games. But that's Megaman X. Really fun game. I'm probably gonna do X2 and X3 in a little bit. I love them. I don't nearly know them as well as I know X, because I only owned the original X as a kid. I rented 2 and 3 once or twice, but I never actually owned them, so I only played them through like once, so I'm definitely going to struggle a lot more in those, and I don't know where everything is. But I'm looking forward to playing them. Now you get to see all the different names of the... I really wish they had like a little picture of each one of them so you know what was what. Although generally the name should be obvious. But I really wish it did the Super Mario World. Here's a picture of the guy and his name. Ladder Yatter. Mad Pecker, Creeper, Cragman. Rangda Bangda is the name of the wall guy. That's right. I used to get a picture of each of the main Mavericks. I love Launch Octopus's design. Storm Eagle's pretty cool too. Although he's one of the easiest. Really, all of their designs are good. Spark Mandrill, not even... I mean, I know he's a gorilla now, but a type of... a similar... he's a primate. But without knowing that as a kid, I had no idea what animal he was supposed to be. And then Zero comes back in pretty much every game as well. I wonder if that happens if you don't get the full charged suit, if he still dashes and does the pink charge up. I'm not sure. I might have to test that one day. Now we get the staff roll. Back then they used a lot of, if you compare these to credits nowadays, where there's the full names, Super Nintendo games, a lot of the developers and designers and sound people would use kind of code names. They did that actually so companies wouldn't see like who the most talented people were on each team and try to steal them, which is actually really interesting. That's why even if you like knew these people by name, you still would have no idea who they were in these credits. But obviously the person would be like, oh, that's, you know, if they're showing their kids or their family, they'd be like, oh, that's my name that I use at work. But I think that's very interesting about how they all used nicknames. And so thank you for watching. That's been Megaman X. I really love that game. And I'm glad you stuck with these few episodes. I'll happily bring the next few games here shortly. So this has been New Game Plus, and thank you for watching.